8 years old, took her new role as an auntie very seriously. "I'm auntie now, so I have to teach Carl things," she declared one day, her small hands cradling his tiny fingers. "And what will you teach him?" I asked, amused. "How to be cool," she said confidently, "and how to fight bad guys." I couldn't stop laughing, but seeing her love for Carl made me emotional. He wasn't just my baby, he was theirs too. If there was one thing Carl hated, it was bath time. And guess who was in charge of bathing him? My mum. Every evening, she would prepare warm water, hold Carl gently, and start the process. And every evening, Carl would scream like he was being bathed in ice water. "You'd think we're torturing him," I'd say, shaking my head. "He'll get used to it," Mum would reply, unfazed. "All babies cry when they're being bathed. But Carl? Oh, he took it to another level." He'd kick, scream, and glare at my mum as if she had personally betrayed him. The moment the bath was over and he was wrapped in a towel, he'd calm down instantly, like nothing had happened. It became our daily comedy routine, and no matter how much Carl protested, my mum never gave up. "One day he'll enjoy it," she promised. At 6 weeks, it was time for our first checkup. I was nervous. What if I wasn't doing enough? What if Carl wasn't gaining enough weight? What if— The nurse smiled reassuringly as she checked Carl. "He's perfect," she said, "growing well, hitting all the right milestones." Relief flooded through me, and when she checked me, she gave me a similar report. "You're healing well. Keep taking care of yourself." Walking out of the clinic that day, I felt lighter. Maybe I wasn't doing so bad after all. One of my favorite moments was taking Carl out for sunbathing. The warm morning sun, the soft breeze, and the quiet peace of just sitting outside with him felt like magic. At first, he'd squint and frown like he was judging the sun for shining too brightly. But over time, he began to enjoy it, staring at the sky, wiggling his tiny fingers, and soaking in the warmth. And then, one day, it happened. As I was talking to him, making funny faces, Carl looked at me, really looked at me, and smiled. Not a reflex, not a gas-induced grin, but an actual, real smile. I froze. "Did you just—" He smiled again. I screamed, scaring the poor boy into a frown. But I couldn't help it. I was over the moon.